the bread trick. Here's what it looks like. What's going on, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We got a lot of stuff going on right now, so let's go ahead and jump to it. All right, so in the last video we talked about transmissions. I told you that we were going to send, I think I told you we were going to send 2 transmissions to my transmission guy, Stephen Grant. All right, well, those got sent off today. One was the built AOD, or supposed built AOD that we had. So that got sent off along with the one that came out of this car. All right, so what he's gonna do is he's gonna go through, check, make sure everything is built the way it's supposed to be built to withstand some power, that is, and then he's gonna send it back, and we're probably gonna build the stock one. Those will be back probably in the next couple of weeks. But this is the transmission that came out of the Calypso back when it was an AOD. Now this transmission actually shifted just fine, so I have no issues with it. It should at least work long enough for us to enjoy the car some. You're gonna notice we have 2 converters, brand spanking new converters here. This converter right here is a precision converter, all right? This is a very, very good converter. It's custom built and spec'd out for this car. It's spec'd out to about a 350 horsepower engine, you know, gears, cam, all that stuff, weight of the car, all of that, it's spec'd out for this thing. Now, at some point when we do a power adder, we will have to send this thing back and get it restalled. Precision's got a really good program on that, and it doesn't cost like a whole lot to do. All right, let's go over here to this. So what's the deal with this thing? It's brand new, right? Well, it was hiding back here in the AOD that we had, and I had never looked. We assumed that this was a stock converter. We had no clue, never bothered to look at it. It had a bar, like a brace, that was, you know, keeping the converter in, and it just, for whatever reason, just looked stock. So here's the deal. I was talking to Steven, the guy that's going to be doing the transmission work, and I was like, hey, you know, I have an AOD that's supposed to be built. He was like, well, if it's built, it should have hardened input shaft in it. I said, yeah, it at least should have that, right? I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll go home, check it out, look at it, and I'll tell you what we got before we send it to you. Long story short, hardened input shaft, which I just spent a lot of money on, that I'll be sending back. And as soon as I pulled the converter out, I was like, oh my God, this is a TCI Street Fighter converter. So as you can see, this thing has a billet plate, anti-balloon plate inside. This particular converter has 2 anti-balloon plates in it. So this is, I think, a 32 to 3500. We'll talk about this thing later. And we know this transmission is stock over here, and there again, same input shaft as the other one, so stock, right? Anyway, isn't that how it goes? You know, you kind of get in a rush and you order all these parts only to find out that you already had them or somebody else had them cheaper. So yeah, story of my life, right? So we will be sending our other input shaft back for now. We don't need that. That's guys, that's a lot of money. Also decided not to use the Cometic head gaskets, and we use the 9333s on this motor. So that's like $250 worth of gaskets that can go back. So I'm sending stuff back, guys. We got to recoup some money. We have spent way too much money, and we're going to recoup some of it. So I suggest that you guys do the same thing. Like, don't ever feel obligated to keep parts. Like, if you get them and you realize, hey, I found this, or somebody else had a better deal, you know, you can send these parts back, and that's what I'll be doing. Let's go up here and look what we have to do. Now, guys, don't mind my paint job right here. I couldn't see whenever I was spraying, and I couldn't get underneath it. But so we got to get the pilot bearing out right here, and we're probably going to use a bread trick on it as well. Hopefully it'll come on out. One other thing before we go tonight, I'll pick back up with you guys tomorrow, is so I had someone comment that the lifters, when I installed them in the car, were backwards, were facing backwards. My understanding was that you could put those lifters in either way. It really doesn't matter. I mean, obviously they pretty much always go to the inside of the motor, like the link bars. I put mine to the head side, if you will. I've never had link bars, and I just didn't think it really mattered. To me, it looked like they should go that way. So here's the deal. They should be fine. I've read up and read up and read up, and it should not be a problem, right? They oil on both sides, so no issues there. The other thing is, you can't get these things out until you pull the heads off, no matter which way you put them, because I put them both ways just playing around, and you can't get them under the head. So that's a huge pain in the ass if you're going to link bars. Just know that. Not all of them are that way, but these are. So you have to pull the freaking heads to change the lifters. So let's just hope that they do work fine. There's no issues. Look, it's like this. I've not done everything that there is to do to Foxbodies, okay? I'm still learning. you know, we're human, right? So I didn't tell you guys that's the way they're supposed to go. So at least there's that. I try not to tell you to do something or give you information if I don't know what I'm talking about. I always try to research it. For some reason, I thought I knew what I was doing there, and luckily I didn't push that on anybody. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll go ahead, get this new converter in, we'll fill it up with fluid. We'll get our input shaft in this. Go ahead and put this transmission in. This one's gonna run for a little while until we get our new one back. And yeah, we'll probably just run this one until it breaks or starts to show signs of not working good. So I think what I'll do tonight to end this video is I'll go ahead and knock this pilot bearing out for you guys, show you the bread trick, and we'll just end this video here. I'm sure by this point, most of all of you have heard about the bread trick. So all you have to do is take bread, start packing it in here. All you want to do is just pack it in there as far as you can by hand, and then take something and start beating it. Okay, I'm gonna leave the camera zoomed in, but all I'm using is a brass rod and a hammer, okay? But I'm gonna leave it zoomed in so you guys can see it move. It's actually really hard to do with the camera right here. All right, I'm gonna have to move you guys over to the side because I can't. There we go, because I can't get over here. Now. That's it. That is the bread trick. Here's what it looks like when it's all said and done. So, pretty cool. All right. And that's it up there, nice and clean. All right, guys. Well, that's it. That's pretty cool. Like, that literally, I'm telling you guys, every time I do this, it's just amazing that it works like it does. All right, well. That's it, guys. Tomorrow night, we'll come out here, we'll put the transmission in, we'll start wiring some stuff up. And I don't know that we'll get the car running, but what I'll do in the next video is just wait until we can at least, you know, try to fire the car up or something like that. So you guys won't see this video probably until Monday, something like that. We'll get the car running this weekend. I got something in my eye, so I gotta go inside. Yeah, always wear your safety glasses, guys. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. And as always, thanks for watching.